Dr. Ned MacArthur, and I have come to realize that there is a lot of confusion about car accidents and car crashes where there is little to no vehicle damage. So, in this short video today, I'm going to do my very best to clear up this topic of car accidents and car crashes where there's little to no vehicle damage.
To help you understand what happens in an accident where there is little to no vehicle damage, let me go over some research that has addressed this topic specifically. Let's start by reviewing a study titled Risk Factors for Long-Term Treatment of Whiplash Injury in Japan. Analysis of 400 cases by, and I won't even try to pronounce the last name, but it's Hijioka. Now, this study provides us with answers to two important questions. First, does crash severity correlate with the risk of injury? Meaning, when you're in a bigger accident, does your risk of injury go up? And when you're in a smaller accident, does your risk of injury go down? Second question, does the degree of crash severity correlate with the severity of injury? Meaning, the bigger the accident causes bigger injuries, and do lesser accidents produce lesser injuries? Now, in this study, they classified vehicle property damage on the basis of 6 grades. Grade 0, there was no damage. Grade 1, there was slight damage. Grade 2 was the damage to the bumper. Grade 3 was 1/3 of the car was damaged. Grade 4, half of the car was damaged. And grade 5 was total destruction of the car. Now, grade 1, which we titled slight damage, it represents cosmetic damage, such as scuff marks, paint transfers, scratch paint, broken trim pieces, or taillight lenses, and things like that. These types of crashes are often characterized as no structural damage in the United States. Thus, the first 2 grades are likely synonymous with no damage crashes from a structural standpoint. The most important finding in the studies are illustrated in the following figures. When the authors break down the 400 cases on the basis of damage alone, we see that a substantial portion of them were injured in the grade 0 and grade 1 categories. A very interesting fact in light of the prevalent misconception that injuries are unlikely when there's no property damage. In fact, were this theory true, we would expect fewer injuries in the first 2 categories, and we would also expect a more or less linear relationship of increasing numbers of members in the greater severity groups. However, this second graph shows quite clearly that injury severity also fails to follow a linear pattern. Thus, this study offers very compelling evidence that the no damage, no injury idea cannot be supported.
So, if you've been in an accident where there was little to no vehicle damage, there's a good chance you've been injured. My name is Dr. Ned MacArthur, and I help people who have been in car accidents.